Hello everyone, my name is Shambhavi Shinde. I am studying grade 8. I am from Saraswati coaching classes, and in this video I am going to give a short explanation on second chapter of history, that is from trade to territory, the company established power. So guys, by the title of chapter we can understand that East India Company means British came in India for purpose of trading, but they started ruling. Okay, so Aurangzeb was the last powerful Mughal ruler, and he was having the control for very large part of territory which is now known as India. And after the death of Aurangzeb in 1707, many Mughal governors and big zamindars started establishing their own regional kingdoms, and this regional kingdoms was the part of Delhi and India. By this, the power of India started decreasing, and by the second half of 18th century, new power was emerging in the political horizon, and that power was British. And so guys, our topic is East India Company comes east. So guys, in 1600, East India Company acquired a charter from the ruler of England, Queen Elizabeth I, granting them the sole right to trade in East. Which means that no other company of England have right to trade in East. By this, East India Company did not have any fear of competitors in England. And then this company sailed across the oceans to find a land from where they would buy goods in cheap prices and sell them in higher prices in their country. But guys, this royal charter did not prevent other European power or other European countries to trade in East, and this led to the competition of many companies to each other. So guys, by that time, English ships would sail down west coast of Africa, round to the Cape of Good Hope, and also cross the Indian Ocean. And guys, Portuguese had presence in the western coast of India and was having base in Goa. In fact, we should not forget that Vasco da Gama was a Portuguese explorer who had discovered the sea route to India in 1498. And before 17th century, Dutch was also exploring the possibility of trading in Indian Ocean, and soon the French companies also arrived in Indian Ocean to trade. And then guys, the problem came that all the companies were interested in buying the same goods or things. The fine quality of silk and cotton was produced in India and had a big market in Europe. And also pepper and cardamom and other spices had also great demand. And so competitions in these companies increased the prices and also demand, and this reduced the profit of companies. Means if demand is high, the cost price will also increase, and the selling price of companies started decreasing, and there was a huge loss of companies because of this. So guys, the only way for this was to flourish other companies, and then all the companies started arguing with each other, and this led to the battle. So guys, in between 17th and 18th century, the battle started increasing. They sank each other's goods in oceans. They used to block the routes, and also they were taking the goods off. So with the help of armies, and also this goods were protected with the help of fortification. They used to build the fort on their base, and they used to transfer all the goods in the fort, and from there they used to go to their countries to sell them. And then this effort of fortification was very profitable to companies, and but local rulers of India was not happy with the fortification of this company, and India to trade. They did not want to rule, or they did not want to involve in politics, and therefore they found very difficult to separate trade and politics. So guys, by this I had explained you the topic East India Company East. I hope you had understand this. Thanks for watching.